focus at this particular hour. Massive protests have erupted after University of Hyderabad professor has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a girl student from Thailand. So that's the breaking news that's coming in. What we're learning so far is that massive protests have erupted after the University of Hyderabad professor has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a girl from Thailand. Now, according to the DCP of Madhapur, the incident happened yesterday where the victim girl is a student in University of Hyderabad and she was taken to a professor's residence on the pretext of giving her a book. At the residence, the professor tried to sexually assault her. Now, after receiving the complaint, a case has been registered and the accused professor has been taken into custody. So following that action, we're seeing now the protests have erupted at this particular university in Hyderabad. This is, of course, in regard to the fact that the professor who worked at this particular university sexually assaulted an international student. Now, for more on this, we're joined in by Samit, who's continuously tracking the story for us. Samit, give us a latest sense of what are the demands now the students that are making, now that we do see that on one hand the action has been taken, but what is it that the students want from the university now?
Well, actually, yesterday this incident has happened, and according to the police, actually, a student from Thailand who's studying in the Hyderabad Central University, a very prestigious university, we can say, and there actually this professor, they didn't reveal who is this professor, but a professor has taken her to his residence to give her a book, and later he tried to sexually assault her, and she managed to escape from that spot from his residence. She went back to her her hostel and she shared that incident with her friends, and later that matter was escalated to the police. Police said that a case has been registered under relevant sections of IPC and taken this professor into the custody, and they said that they'll also be sending this professor to the judicial remand. On the other hand, students are staging protests to increase security in the university premises, as well as also demanding action from the university on this professor.
Right, Samit, stay with us. We're in fact getting these visuals as well, or pictures on our screens rather, of the protest that is taking place in the University of Hyderabad after this particular incident, where we're understanding that it did involve an international student. A sexual harassment case has been registered against the University of Hyderabad professor, who's also been arrested. Now, on the other hand, massive protests have erupted after the University of Hyderabad professor sexually assaulted the international student. Now, for more on this, we're joined in by Brinda Adige on the broadcast, who is, of course, a human rights activist. Brinda Adige, appreciate you talking to us on Mirror now. Your first reaction on this unfortunate incident where we have learned now, on one hand, of course, the police have taken action, but the fact that such incidents keep coming out, your first comment on that?
First and foremost, kudos to the student for taking the courage to come out, make that complaint. Because we know for every one complaint that comes, there are hundreds that go unreported and no complaints are given. The other issue that I have to place over here is the issue of sexual predators. Now, this professor, I'm sure the student is not the first victim of this man. When they take in people, and how is it that they are not bound by the conduct rules and how professors have to behave? Now, there are rules. When you look at the gender sensitivity rules, it's very clear. You cannot call any student to come to your house or come to your room at a time which is not specified by the college, or other people in the college do not have any knowledge or awareness about these kind of things. Now, there is a lot of trust between students and professors, and that trust has been broken and shattered by this man. Absolutely unacceptable, because the college management also has to take responsibility. And like I mentioned, it is important to name him and shame him so that everybody in the college is again now reoriented, both on the laws as well as on the conduct behavior that the college itself might have. All colleges have to have the IC. So I'm sure they have the internal committee on POSH. But are the professors and the students thoroughly given that knowledge how to go about, especially vis-a-vis professional behavior? And If there are other students, what are the counselors doing? Have the counselors taken it upon themselves to make sure that female and male students have been told that you can make a complaint and this complaint will be seriously dealt with? So probably in the past, such complaints have not been dealt with seriously by this so-called prestigious college. So we must place 50% of the blame on the college also.
Right. Brinda, again, as you also pointed out, right, schools and universities are supposed to be a safe place, for students as well. The fact that such kind of incidents keep coming out, but we appreciate you the fact that you have spoken to us. You've also said that you appreciate the fact that she has come out and made that complaint, because at the end of the day, it takes courage to do so as well. But we also have Mahesh, the PhD scholar from the University of Hyderabad, joining us on the broadcast. Mahesh, we appreciate you talking to us on Mirror now. Your first reaction in terms of this particular incident that has come out from a prestigious university like the University of Hyderabad?
Yes, madam. Yesterday night it was happened. Yesterday night around 7 o'clock, the faculty, the student from Thailand, and she came for Indian student language program. She came for here language exchange program. She joined in Department of Hindi department. The faculty is who belongs to Department of Hindi is a professor, senior professor in the department. He took her to his home, and he offered liquor and all. And after that, he started touching her private parts and all. And it was then she opposed him, and there was a little quarrel was happened. After that, he beaten her, and after he dropped in front of university and he left the campus. Then university officials were not taken any action, and the university officers also, no one will bother about that issue. She complained in Gachibowli police station. Then police was registered FIR. SHO Suresh sir was registered FIR, and after the university students, we all the student unions, including all the students communities, we came and we started protesting from the morning onwards. And now university officials were responded, and just now they announced we suspended Professor Ravi Kumar Ranjan now. So they said what happened previously, and actually in Professor Ravi Ranjan has a serial offender, because in gender sensitivity and sexual harassment cell is there, the call GH cash inside campus in university, and there is an internal cell to take action against such kind of incidents. And they already there is a three complaints filed before that also, but no one took the action against him. So that's why he committed again this kind of situation, madam. And we the students of the University of Hyderabad, जब HCU हो या JNU हो, एक बार आवाज उठाए तो पूरा देश एक बार साथ में आकर लड़ते हैं. So ऐसा institution में this kind of issues was happening. We really shameful on this kind of activities. Who are doing those who are like a father age, the professors like Ravi Ranjan and other people, those who are in JNU ho, Jamia Mila, Manu, this is not limited for the HCU. So many universities and the faculties are doing this kind of activities, this kind of sexual molestation, sexual harassment. I'll show in Facebook, and if you go through Professor Ravi Ranjan the links, and he don't believe Indian constitution, and he don't believe Indian government, and he is always against the Indian constitution and government. He'll organize many protests like against CRA, CA, NRC, and he done many protests against the Indian government. And recently also he
Mahesh, sorry to cut you short. Of course,
yes,
you're
sir.
making some strong points over there, and also pointing out about the loopholes. But talking about the fact that number one, you are saying that he's a serial offender. There have been many cases that have come to the forelight before. So talk to us in terms of that. What are the demands currently that the students are making in specific?
So we are demanding suspend immediately Ravi Kumar Ranjan. And how many cases was filed against the faculties? No, in professors in life science, professors in many other departments, humanities. Those who are already committed sexual offender, those who students filed complaints in GH cash. So university should take action on that faculties immediately. They should suspend the faculty who can commit this kind of activities. So that is our primary demand. And second demand from the government of India, because this is this student from foreign. So government of India also should take action against this kind of faculties wherever they are teaching in prestigious institutions like HCU and JNU and this kind of universities. So we, the university student community, demanding the government of India should also take initiation and to the fast court immediately and take to deliver the justice. So we are giving the assurance to the other country students as well as Indian students. We, the students of this country, we all are with you. So whenever this kind of this kind of activities happen, we will support you. We are with you. Okay, we are giving a one award from the University of Hyderabad, madam.
All right, Mahesh. Also, as you're pointing out that what also is a huge loophole over here is the fact that you've said that there has been 3 to 4 complaints previously against this professor. So, what has really stopped the university management from taking action against such professors? Because at the end of the day, schools, universities are supposed to be safe places for students, especially in this matter. We're also seeing that and it involves an international student. So, of course, in terms of a reputable university like University of Hyderabad, such matters should be taken more strictly. So, talk to us about that. What has really stopped the management from taking action previously?
If university has a commitment to giving the safe campus, safe environment to the students, they would have not done. They would have taken action against this kind of professors. When filed a complaint, a student filed a complaint against Ravi Ranjan in the department in internal committee. So what they didn't, they denied for the taking action against because he's also a senior professor in the university, and this kind of lobby, he belongs to some affiliated. He's a left lobby faculty, and he has a group of professors. So they did. They had some internal relations with the other faculties. That's why they did. So that's why they didn't take an against. That's why they didn't take any action against. Madam.
He's saying he's in live.
So, the faculty, agar university.
What are you talking? Why are you shouting?
Madam. Just
Sir, you said something about teachers which is not.
So there is a happens any sexual happens.
We are all teachers.
Yes, madam.
You said something about the teachers which is not at all true.
Yes, madam. There is because
how is the suspended professor associated with? He's not associated with anybody.
They should.
So we're going to continue, of course, getting in the latest in terms of the fact that students are protesting here. Now, remember, this particular incident has transpired at the University of Hyderabad. What we can tell you so far is that the police have taken cognizance of this matter. But on the other hand, massive protests we were seeing in those visuals as well on your screen, where the students are, of course, talking about the fact that they need safety measures as well within the university. Now, University of Hyderabad, of course, is a reputed one in the city, and like Brinda Adige was also talking about the fact that it takes courage to come out and file a complaint by the international student in question. We'll continue to track that particular story for you right here on Mirror Now, but let's move on to more breaking news that's coming in at the moment.